Welfare here with the World Organization of Webmasters WOW and the WOW Technology Minute here at the Voices That Matter Conference in Nashville. I have the pleasure to be interviewing and introducing Dr. Nita Rollins here at the conference, and she represents the she's an innovation consultant at Resource Interactive. Good morning, Nita, and thank you for agreeing to this interview.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Nita, you presented on a session entitled Open Up, Brand Relevance in a Web-Made World. Can you summarize that session for the listeners and the viewers of this podcast about what that means?
Sure. It all pivots on the chief value generated by the social web, the value to brands, the value to communities, the value to the world, and that is the value in opening up to consumer involvement or citizen involvement in the brand that you're trying to build. So this value that has been unearthed by the social web is one that we believe is now a new business imperative. It's a vast opportunity that has to be tapped. So if you open your brand to consumer participation in the crafting of your marketing messages, and ideally even in the development of your products or services, you're a brand that's destined for good things in the 21st century. We really believe if you believe that the social web is still sort of represents a kind of fringe, a lunatic fringe to some people, and you've just decided to opt out, or you're skeptical that you can ever measure the effectiveness of digital marketing, and you're just going to sit on the sidelines for a while, we believe you risk cultural irrelevance, that it's not time for fence sitting anymore, that the digital channel has proved to be a pivotal piece of how brands remain relevant and market themselves today.
Yeah, very interesting. I appreciate that perspective. And if I'm in the audience and I'm listening to this, either I'm a webmaster or the manager of communications for my corporations, any recommendations on maybe dipping my toe into this environment?
Well, sure, and that's the question that we get most often. We get a kind of panicked question about which trendy technology they should adopt first. Everyone's aware of the onslaught of new technologies that have come as a result of the open source movement and this prosumer that's always creating for free on the weekend and in the wee hours, and as a result we have more technological tools available to us than ever before, at least in recent memory. So we get that question all the time. I think I need a widget. Could you help me figure out what kind of widget I need? Or I think I better get into this RSS game. I want an RSS feed. Or let's do mobile. You know, these are all valid interests, valid technologies, valid platforms for marketing to your consumers, certainly. But you can't start there. That's just a grab bag of tactics, isn't it? If it's not tethered to a consumer insight, what is it that your consumers want of your brand? What is it that you're trying to sell them that would mean the most to them? If you don't have that insight into your consumers' expectations and desires, what they desire most of your brand, then it just remains a kind of grab bag, doesn't it, of tactics, and can be really overwhelming, I think, to companies to try to sort through the social web, particularly because it evolves so rapidly. So it doesn't really matter if you're a small business, a medium business, or a Fortune 100 company. If you don't you don't come up with a strategic framework that's tied to an intimate grasp of your consumer base, then you're probably spending money indiscriminately, and it will be hard to measure the success of whatever it is that you've spent money on.
Interesting. Great insight. I appreciate that. I understand that you have a book out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. I had the pleasure of co-writing a book called The Open Brand When Push Comes to Pull in a Web-Made World.
Oh, terrific.
And it came out early in 2008, although we had advanced copies for our clients in late 2007. because you can't write these books fast enough, can you?
Sure.
Really. The web is always nipping at your heels. So we did write this in less than a year, right? And published it.
Yeah,
published it in
terrific.
less than a year.
And it's
So
available now
so-
through Pearson Publishing.
Yes, it is. Yes, under the AIGA and New Writers imprint.
Ah,
So.
terrific. Well, so we certainly appreciate your insight, Nita. We certainly appreciate your time today, and terrific stuff. We'll look forward to reading more
Well, good.
on the book. Well, thank you so much. Bill Cullifer here with the World Organization of Webmasters WOW, the WOW Technology Minute. Thank you, Nita.
Thank you.
Today's WOW Technology Minute is brought to you by webprotraining.org. Webprotraining.org offers a complete solution for all of your web professional training needs, including WOW certification options. Check it out at webprotraining.org.